Imagine your absolute favorite meal, the one that makes your taste buds sing and your stomach rumble in joyful anticipation. The aroma alone is a promise of delight. Now, picture the simple, almost unconscious act of swallowing that delicious food suddenly transforming into a terrifying, high-stakes gamble, a daily battle against choking, aspiration, and fear. This is the harsh, often hidden reality of dysphagia after a stroke. But what if reclaiming the safety, the nourishment, and yes, even the joy of eating wasn't about resigning yourself to a monotonous diet of bland, uninspired mush? What if you could unlock a world of delicious, cleverly textured, and utterly safe meals designed not just to sustain, but to genuinely delight? Forget mealtime dread. We're about to unveil the ultimate guide to transforming your post-stroke diet from a daunting challenge into a delicious culinary comeback. The secrets to safe, satisfying, and surprisingly sophisticated soft food creations are about to be revealed, and they taste amazing. Dysphagia. It's a clinical-sounding term for a deeply personal and often frightening problem: difficulty swallowing. After a stroke, the intricate coordination of muscles in the mouth and throat needed for a safe swallow can be significantly impaired. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a serious medical condition. The risks are very real: choking, food or liquid entering the lungs, aspiration, which can lead to life-threatening pneumonia, malnutrition, and dehydration. It can turn one of life's fundamental pleasures into a source of anxiety. That's why speech-language pathologists, or SLPs, are the unsung heroes here. They diagnose the specific type and severity of dysphagia and prescribe a diet with modified food textures and liquid consistencies tailored to your individual needs. And let's be crystal clear. This video is packed with ideas and inspiration, but it is absolutely not a substitute for the specific recommendations from your SLP or medical team. Their guidance is your golden rule for safety. They often use frameworks like IDDSI, the International Dysphagia Diet Standardization Initiative, to precisely define these textures, from level 4 pureed to level 5 minced and moist, and level 6 soft and bite-sized. Always stick to your prescribed level. Our mission today? To shatter the myth that dysphagia-friendly diets have to be a culinary wasteland of blandness and boredom. We're here to prove that with a little creativity, the right techniques, and a focus on flavor, you can create meals that are not only perfectly safe and incredibly nutritious but also genuinely delicious and appealing. Meal idea number 1. The Cloud 9 Creamy polenta with velvet veggies and tender protein. Why this rocks for dysphagia? Polenta, when cooked correctly, can achieve an incredibly smooth, luscious, and consistent texture, making it an ideal base. It's also a fantastic vehicle for added nutrients and flavors. The how-to highlights. We start by cooking our polenta slowly, using milk, a fortified plant-based milk, or a rich chicken or vegetable broth instead of just water. This instantly boosts calories, protein, and flavor. Stir it patiently until it's perfectly smooth, with no lumps. Think the consistency of thick cream or smooth pudding, depending on your prescribed level. For the velvet veggies, take something like carrots, zucchini, or even spinach. Steam or boil them until they are exceptionally tender, practically falling apart. Then, into the blender or food processor they go, perhaps with a splash of the cooking liquid or a touch of olive oil, until they are a vibrant, silky puree. For protein, Consider a delicate white fish like cod or tilapia, poached gently until it flakes effortlessly with a fork, then either mashed thoroughly or pureed. Alternatively, slow-cooked chicken breast can become incredibly tender, perfect for fine mincing or pureeing into the polenta or a sauce. Season each component thoughtfully but gently, a pinch of salt, a whisper of white pepper, perhaps some finely ground dried herbs like dill for the fish, or a touch of nutmeg in the polenta. Presentation matters. Swirl the colorful vegetable puree into the golden polenta. Ensure everything is moist. A little extra broth or a smooth, thin sauce can be your best friend here. Safety is paramount. No stringy bits from the chicken, no hard lumps in the polenta. Veggies must be utterly smooth if for a puree level. Meal idea number 2. Shepherd's pie reimagined, the ultimate comfort food, transformed. Why this is a winner? It's a beloved classic, packed with comforting flavors, and surprisingly adaptable to pureed or minced and moist textures, offering a complete, satisfying meal. The how-to highlights. For the base, take your ground lamb or beef. Brown it, then simmer it with finely diced, and very soft-cooked, onions and carrots, along with a rich gravy or beef broth until it's incredibly tender. Then, for a pureed texture, this meat mixture needs a serious blitz in a food processor until completely smooth, adding more broth if needed to achieve a paste-like consistency that still holds some shape. For minced and moist, ensure it's finely minced and thoroughly moistened with gravy. The topping is all about luscious mashed potatoes. Boil your potatoes until they are floury and soft, then mash them to perfection with butter, milk, cream, or even a little stock for extra flavor and a super smooth, lump-free texture. You can even pipe this onto the meat layer using a piping bag with a wide nozzle for a touch of elegance. A sprinkle of paprika on top adds color without affecting texture. If dairy is okay and the texture level allows, a very thin, smooth cheese sauce layer under the potato could be an option. Safety check. Meat layer must be homogeneous and free of any gristle or hard bits. Potato must be velvety smooth, not sticky, gluey, or dry. Each layer should be distinct but easy to scoop and swallow. Meal idea number 3. The Sunrise Power Smoothie, fortified, fabulous, and oh so smooth. Why it's brilliant? Smoothies are dysphagia superstars. They are an excellent way to pack in a powerhouse of nutrients, calories, and essential hydration. They are endlessly customizable for taste, and critically, their texture can be precisely controlled and easily thickened if necessary. The how-to highlights. Start with a creamy base. Think plain Greek yogurt for protein, milk, dairy, or a fortified non-dairy alternative like soy or oat milk, or even kefir. For fruits, choose soft, easily blendable options. Ripe bananas are a classic, as are mangoes, peaches, canned in juice, drained, or fresh and very ripe, and berries. Though for very smooth textures, you might need to strain out tiny seeds from raspberries or blackberries. Want a veggie boost? A handful of fresh spinach blends in almost invisibly, adding nutrients without a strong taste. Cooked and cooled sweet potato or butternut squash can also add creaminess and vitamins. For a protein and healthy fat supercharge, consider adding a scoop of unflavored protein powder, a tablespoon of smooth nut butter. Ensure no allergies and that the texture is appropriate for the diet level. It must blend completely, or a chunk of avocado. Adjust the liquid content, water, milk, or little juice, until you reach the perfect, consistently smooth texture. Safety is key. Absolutely no chunks, no stringy bits from fruit like pineapple, and no unblended seeds. If a thicker consistency is required by the SLP, you can use commercial food thickeners, or sometimes natural thickeners like a teaspoon of instant oatmeal powder or pre-soaked chia seeds, which become gelatinous. Can be blended in thoroughly, but always check consistency carefully and follow SLP advice for thickening. Beyond these specific meals, let's talk about your Texture Transformation Toolkit. A high-quality blender or food processor is your best friend. It's essential for achieving truly smooth purees. Remember, moisture is your ally. Don't be afraid to use broths, gravies, milk, cream, or smooth sauces to ensure foods are not dry, which is a major choking hazard. There are also natural thickeners like instant mashed potato flakes or baby rice cereal that can sometimes be used, with SLP approval, to adjust consistencies. And for presentation, especially for pureed foods, consider using food molds or a piping bag to give shaped purees a more dignified and appealing look, far removed from the dreaded scoop of mush. Flavor is king, even with texture modifications. Don't let blandness be the enemy. Use finely ground dried herbs or infused fresh herbs, mild spices like cinnamon or nutmeg, garlic or onion powder, instead of risky chunks. A squeeze of lemon juice or a grating of zest to brighten flavors. Remember, taste and smell can be significantly altered after a stroke, so gentle experimentation, within safe texture boundaries, can help rediscover enjoyable flavors. And finally, the golden rules of dysphagia dining, which cannot be overstated. 1. Always, without exception, follow the specific diet texture, e.g., pureed, minced and moist, soft and bite-sized, and liquid consistency, e.g., thin, nectar thick, honey thick, spoon thick, prescribed by the speech-language pathologist or your medical team. This is non-negotiable for safety. 2. Encourage small bites and a slow, unhurried pace of eating. 3. Ensure an upright sitting position, 90 degrees if possible, during all meals and for at least 30 minutes afterward. 4. Minimize distractions during mealtimes to allow for full concentration on eating and swallowing. 5. Meticulous oral hygiene after every meal is crucial to prevent any food particles left behind from being aspirated. Food should be a source of pleasure and strength, not fear.